Hey guys, been picking here. Thought I'd catch you up with what I've been doing. Not getting too much picking done, and when I have been, I've been trying to get these challenge locks picked, and I'm not succeeding yet. So anyway, aside from that, I had an idea the other day, another on pins, and you saw my anchor pin before. If you watched that video, you get an idea about that. It stops the core from rotating back, allowing the pin in the hole. You have to actually release the pin and manually rotate the core back. But a lot of work goes into that pin. It's pretty challenging to make when your eyesight's not all that great and your hands shake. So the other day I came up with a better pin, I believe. Easier to make, although you don't have to come off it totally to set the pin. But anyway, I came up with these arrow pins, I call it. Make sure the focus is right. As you can see, this arrow balled on the top so it can rotate easier in the Bible, and the arrow tip on the front. Let me show you why. The normal spools everybody's used to dealing with. Let me get some focus there. Normally a spool, everybody knows, hopefully, how this works. When you push up on the key pin, the spool's driven up to the shear line and hangs up on the shear line because of the shoulder in the spool. Okay. From my angle I don't see this well, but on the monitor I do. So you're making contact with the Bible, the shear line up here on the right. When the key pin comes up, it's making contact on the left of the spool. So if you draw a line, it's a diagonal line, comes across that way, which is easy to then, as you shove up on it, it wants to line up like that, which then makes the spool tip upright and go home. That's how we beat spools. But the arrow pin does not allow that to happen. With my arrow pin, I've changed the location or the direction of that shear line or leverage point. I don't know what I'd call it. I'm not a physics guy, but as it comes up, again, the right side of the pin will contact the shear line, but this time, instead of the left side of the bottom contacting the key pin, the right side does at the tip. That's why I shaped that like an arrow, so it moves that point of contact with the key pin. So now if you drew a straight line, it's a straight line up, right into the wall. So there is nothing leveraging that pin over to the side. Now of course, you know, you just have to manually rotate back and push that pin up in the hole. And of course that just causes some headaches with the picking. It's going to feel like a T-pin maybe until you get all the other the other pins set, and then you'd have to come back to this one. That's my design anyway, and you would have to release everything to get this one set. Okay, so it's not an impossible pin. And I did think of the fact that when you do push it up in there, when it releases, it's very easy to stay in place. You're not going to overset, because there we go. I've got it just partially set, but you could just rotate that right up. I wasn't even in frame, was I? There's the partial set, and then that's just rotating up. Now I know I had thought of go ahead and T-pinning that end, leave the tip pointed, and then just cut into that. But I like the arrow look. But I'm giving you guys this idea. If you like it, run with it. See what you can do with it. This one's long. This is not one that's usable. You can see how very little room's left up in here for a spring. The others I did pin up a lock. I would not want to try to pick a lock with several of these in there. I can only imagine the nightmare of dropping pins all the time when you're trying to back up to set one. So anyway, I have a lock ready to go. I called this one Poison Arrow. I also have my Gone Fishing ready to go with the hooks. Just thought I'd fill you guys in on what's going on, because I have not been putting anything out. I've wanted to, but things are what things are. So anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. If you like it, great. If you don't, I don't know. Okay, take it easy, guys. Bye.